You are now listening to the Kickback Lounge podcast, hosted by Drew Young and Kenny Brown, all the way from St. Louis.
Let me stop talking.
Hello. Welcome back to the Kickback Lounge podcast. My name is Drew Young. I'm here with my co-host today, Kenny Brown. In the building.
What up? We back.
I hope you guys are having a good day and ready to get into some topics. We just did podcasts with Tricky the Barber.
Tricky.
What do you think about our last couple podcasts with the guests we had?
Yeah, I mean, very interesting. Like, I guess, I don't know. I would love to know what you guys think, but like, we've had a good lineup of guests.
Mm-hmm.
We had like Tricky on, then we had two artists. We had some videographers. I mean, people in the industry.
Facts.
I don't know, really couple, like, I mean, the last couple podcasts have been really fun, man. Like, just getting to learn a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
We had a realtor on here.
Yeah. What are your favorite types of people to have on the podcast or like talk to?
I would say definitely people who are a little bit different in their like career. Like we've had a couple people that are just like outside of the norm, I guess, on what they do, like some grinders for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think me and you both want to get into like the mind games a little bit too. So like
Yeah.
maybe get some psychological people on here. Get that mental aspect in there. But yeah, for sure. I mean, I love when people like kind of bring what they do to our space.
Mm-hmm.
And once we can like get them to talk and stuff, like and just start to like flesh everything out, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So how do you think, let's see, from first starting off the podcast, I actually listened to like the first one we ever did.
Yeah. Oh man.
There's like a clip. Yeah. There's a clip on it.
We have a lot of clips of our first season.
Yeah.
And that's what we called it, like the first season. And like, that was like, whew.
Yeah, bro.
Whew. It was definitely fun. Like if you guys go back and listen, like the energy's there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this delivery has changed.
Yeah.
Like we take the time to let each other speak. You know, we kind of flush things out a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just so sporadic. So I think that's kind of what, has gotten us to a better place as far as what we talk about. But yeah, I mean, it's still like a lot of energy on this old podcast. What do you think?
I feel the same. Like we definitely learned how to just tell, like if we have a story or something,
right,
or if we have like facts we want to get off,
right,
we just learned how to do that, in a better way.
Just flush it out.
Because at first, like when you first start a podcast, it's like you're just excited.
Yep.
You want to say different things. You don't really think about. You think of it more as like a conversation,
right?
Whereas like now it's a conversation, but it's also like a presentation, and you have to like articulate things differently.
And people are watching and listening and stuff like that. So it's definitely, I feel like also too, like the radio background for you, like definitely came, to fruition too, for like helping that part out. Like I feel like it's definitely like a speaking thing with radio.
Yeah.
Where you like kind of learn to pace it and you like learn to like kind of time it, stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it's really fun that we've had like a really, really good variety of people on.
Yeah.
And you guys gotta stick around to see who we have on.
Yeah. If you could interview like any type of person, what would they do?
What would they do? Honestly, I want to get an athlete.
Athlete?
Yeah. I feel like we haven't done a sports podcast in a while. I would love to get like a legit athlete on here. Gotta get the gears turning on that to see who it would be. But like, I definitely would love to get an athlete.
Because we've done fighters, but we really haven't done like football players or like soccer players or something like that.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Honestly, like we have some people in our city that we've known, that are kind of in the big leagues too, so we can probably hit them up. See what's going down. But yeah, some stuff in the works. Any sport in it specifically? Or?
I
mean, soccer would be fun just because like we really have not stepped into that field in a while.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, we don't really have like that prominent basketball team, so that'd be hard. We don't have a football team anymore.
Get
that'd
Jason
be hard.
Tatum on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, good luck with Jason T.
I mean, we can make it happen.
Yeah, but like honestly, I don't know, man. It'd be good to have an athlete on here just to kind of speak on that ass. Spec.
Speak on that
ass. I don't know why I stopped on that, but we're gonna speak on that aspect, My brain like lagged, bro. But
speak on that ass.
But yeah, man, it'd be good to get an athlete on here.
You can edit. That's the good thing. This isn't radio, bro. It's not gonna be live.
Oh my god! Speak on that ass.
So back to you.
Back to you. No, dude, they
That's
cancel
funny
me
as fuck.
instantly. Don't want to speak on that.
You're gonna have problems, bro. You're gonna have problems when you get home.
Oh man.
Oh man. But yeah, so anyways, so yeah, today we're gonna talk about some other cartel news. I want to talk about Andrew Tate. And then what else did you want to talk about?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about a little bit of AB. Actually about that a little bit. And then honestly, there's two big films I want to talk about eventually. One being Nope, and then the other one I haven't seen yet, but I've been seeing like the reviews for it. Prey. Yeah. The new Predator movie. Seen that?
I haven't.
Whew. So definitely want to get on that too. It takes place in like the 1700s. So
I have to go see Nope. People have been asking.
Yes, that's another good one. That's just like a mind game in itself. But...
Okay, it was good.
Oh yeah.
All right, bet. I'm gonna watch it and then
it's like an 8 out of 10. It's not like
10?
Yeah, it's not like a 10 out of 10 film. Like it's not like, oh, that was the best film I've ever seen. But it's like,
what do you give Get Out?
Get Out, in my opinion, was a 7 out of 10 because it's like blatantly obvious what he was trying to do there.
Yeah, but it's like still, if you think about it in terms of movies,
yeah, it's
like,
a good movie.
It will stand the test of time.
But would you watch it again though? Like time and time. Like could you watch the movie over and over?
If it was like 4 years, okay, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
fair.
If it's an 8 out of 10, I could watch it over and over. Like Mad Max, me and you both agree it's like 10 out of 10, if not a 9 out of 10 or something around there.
Okay,
you're
right. You're right.
You can watch it over and over. But like, it's good. It's just like it's not in your face on what it's trying to do. Mm-hmm. That alien looks, it's not what you think, and so it's just. Oh,
I'm talking about Nope.
It's good. Yes, Nope.
That's Nope. There's an alien in Nope.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
You didn't know that?
I don't know how that.
Oh yeah, it's a saucer movie.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that. I just knew there was some like it was like some horror.
No, it's extraterrestrial.
Because I thought you were talking about
definitely horror. There's horror in it, but it's like it's extraterrestrial. So it's like
I didn't know that.
We'll get into it though, because there's some stuff I want to talk to about that one. Just like some stuff with like I guess socially. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll get into it later.
We'll get into it. So I mean, we'll start light. Let's start light. Mm-hmm. Well, kind of light, I guess. Who knows? Have you seen anything about Andrew Tate?
Yes. Andrew Tate, man. Like, where do we even begin with that guy?
Let's see. So,
like
Andrew Tate, some people love him.
Yeah.
Some people hate him.
Yeah.
And it's very
definitely more on the hate side, I would say, recently.
Yeah. I mean, there's people that like him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it's like about 50-50. Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's really people that are like undecided on him because it's kind of hard because he's like very controversial.
Yeah.
But you have like the male improvement side, and there's obviously like trolling in there.
Yeah.
Which I don't think a lot of people understand.
Yeah.
That like, yeah, he believes what he believes, but at the same time, when he says certain things, like he's just trolling. Like,
well, yeah, and I feel like a lot of he did an interview with my dude who wrote what was that? Oh, it was that book that me and you read about. It's like masculinity something. It's like
Irrational Male. Yeah.
So yeah, that guy, I read that like 2 or 3 years ago. Like, I mean, that was when me and my girlfriend first started dating, and so he had that guy on his show, and they did a podcast together. Mm-hmm. And I think that what they covered about like when he said like his relationship with women, and he said that like a lot of women, there's a group of women on there, and he's had women on his podcast before that respect what he says because they say that it's not like he's being like, you know, he's not being rude to the women. He's not making them like a sexual object or anything. Mm-hmm. He's basically like, this is just how it is. This is how the alpha male kind of thinks. And that's really what you look at when you see that book. You know what I mean? And so I just think that that's kind of what he's bringing to the forefront. He's not saying, you know, women are inferior to men, but what he's saying is that, you know, there's certain things as a man
you're talking about
that happen naturally.
You're talking about the guy
thought processes and like, you know, sexual tendencies, stuff like that.
Wait, you're talking about the guy that wrote the
Irrational Male? Yep.
Rollo Tomasi.
That sounds familiar. It's a white guy with glasses.
Yeah, Rollo. Okay, so yeah, Rollo Tomasi.
Dude's awesome, bro. He just teaches you how not to be like a beta male.
But like, that's basically what it is. Tate is different. Tate's like hyper masculinity.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, he's basically teaches you how not to be. They consider it a beta male, a male who's like, you know, a simp, whatever you want to call it.
But I would say they got a little different philosophies in a way, or a way about like going about things.
For sure. I mean, the guy who wrote Rational Male is married.
Yeah,
he's been married for years. I mean,
I'm talking about Tate though. Let's talk about Tate.
Let's go back to Tate.
No, Tate delivers shit in a different way.
Yeah.
That like a lot of people are, you know, rubbed the wrong way.
Yeah.
Some people like it. What do you think?
I like Tate. I think Tate is here for the stay. Like, honestly, people say like, oh, he rubs the next generation wrong, the Gen Z. Like, he's like teaching them how to be toxic males and stuff like that. A teacher made a TikTok video basically showing that like Tate apparently is rubbing off in her classroom. You know, a kid basically had said, told a girl,
what color is your Bugatti?
Well, no, he told this girl, he was like, you know, women don't really work for the money. You know, and I have to work for everything I have, and you know, that kind of shit. The stuff that Tate says, you know.
Imagine being like 8.
Dude, he was
like
12.
8 years
He was 12. And so she's blown away. Yeah. And she's like, oh, it's going to influence the next generation. It is not. Like, honestly, what it is doing is it's empowering the next generation of men. Because what I think is going to happen, like with this generation of men coming up, like 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 10-year-olds, they're seeing this bullshit that we're doing with Marvel.
Yeah.
They're seeing the bullshit we're doing with like all these like different sex terms.
Yeah.
And how women are like in every single role, and women are like the forefront right now.
It's like,
are they not?
It's like an overcorrection.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a balancing of it. You know what I mean? And like, my thing is this, is like, there's a way to say, oh, women are this, women are that, without saying women are superior.
Yeah.
A lot of women are saying that they are superior
That's
now
facts.
with a lot of this shit, and like, oh, we don't need men now, you know, shit like that. And so, you know, it's kind of
like
traumatizing.
Like the feminist movement and everything.
Dude, yes. It's traumatizing these young men. They don't have any identity.
Yeah.
And so to see Andrew Tate, who's a guy who's super successful, 4-time kickbox champion, you know, multi-billion-dollar or multi-million. Sorry, he claims he has $1 billion, but
he said he had $1 trillion.
We'll get to it.
But like,
we'll get
here's
to
the thing. Here's the thing that people don't understand, because like he'll say he's a trillionaire,
right?
And the internet will be like, oh, he's like Andrew Tate, is he a trillionaire? Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Like,
and he also said in a different interview, like I think it was the Nelk one. He went to Croatia with them. They asked him like how much he had, like what was his net worth? Yeah. And obviously, I don't know if you know about the War Room kind of thing. So it's like his program, where it's supposed to be a bunch of like powerful people, like, and just I guess whoever pays. Okay. And like you get different resources in different spots. Oh wow. You know, so it's like a network. Okay. So he's like basically saying that's like almost more valuable than money, because think about it, if like there's like some politicians here or some people that ran a company in this country, blah blah blah, and it's like a whole network. You know?
He said some stuff about that in the past. He said like him living in like Romania, places like that. He's done some networking to where he has control basically, and like you said, he has. It's essentially like he's got more freedom than he would be if he lived in America. And so I thought that was cool.
It's everywhere, like across different countries.
Right.
So there's that. And I think you have to pay like $5,000 a month.
Yep. And so he's making bank all that. He's got the Hustlers Academy, I think it's called.
Hustlers University.
Hustlers University. Yeah. So it's like an online course.
It's like also like if you share his shit. People say like pyramid scheme. Right. Like basically you make money if you like share his shit, and like you're basically making more money. The goal is to like make more money than you're like investing in the program. Right. So it's like a pyramid scheme in a way.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a couple of those, and he's gone on record to state that.
Though. It's brilliant. Like,
oh yeah,
marketing strategy.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that's how he got so popular.
And I was going to say, you combine that with the background of fighting, you know, of just being a kickboxer, 4-time champion, you know, 3-time champion or whatever it was. It was like, you know, he's invested his money and time very, very smartly, like him and his brother, honestly. But like, it's just the fact of, you know, how they do it and how they did it, and how they're doing it right now. It's just the blueprint is incredible.
He said he like had to learn about money because he was like owing like $100K basically.
Yeah.
But no, that whole thing's interesting because like when you do have the kickboxing background, and there's also background of him like in TV shows and shit when he was like 20, acted the same way. So that's like does great for your credibility.
Oh yeah.
And like apparently he's been doing the content thing for like a couple years, I think.
Oh yeah. He's been doing it for like 2 or 3 years. This is around the time Aiden Ross started. But I think he started even before Aiden. So
yeah. Did you see him on like streamers
platforms and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Streamers platform.
Yeah, they do like funny, the collaborations.
Because he's like changing them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Changing their mindset. Because like, I mean, me and Nemo talked about it on a podcast like a while back. Red pill situation. Do you know what red pill is?
We talked about it a little bit, but I don't think I ever like.
It's like it's basically like a whole mindset of like, you could say, a lot of people say it's empowering men, and also a lot of people say like it's toxic
and it's like distracting.
Men. It's like it's just a way of thinking about like life and like women, relationships, and everything. Okay, so like there's some things in it that are just like obvious, you know, like for example, like a woman wants to be led, you know?
Right.
And you gotta be a leader, like shit like that.
Yeah.
And then there's also like when people take it like way too fucking far and like just don't, because when you're like, if you're like messing with females, whatever, I feel like there has to be a respect there.
Right.
In a way, but also like there's certain things if you do, they're not gonna like inherently, biologically.
there's like a and that's what
You know
he
what I
goes
mean?
over to. That's like that natural like system,
Mhm.
the natural biology, and I think that's that's one thing that me and my girlfriend even agree on. Like there is that, and like the more that people start to realize that, they kind of respect him about it and respect that about him, because it's not like he's just, like you said, he's not being like derogatory towards women. He's just telling you the truth. And so I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a really good lane that he's been in.
Yeah.
That has not happened. I mean, like I said, The Rational Male was a book. The guy did shows and podcasts and like stuff after that, just like how Andrew does.
Well, he's in the red pill because he's considered red pill. They said that's like the Rational Male's like the red pill Bible or whatever. Right. Type shit.
So, I mean, that whole like idea has been there forever. There's guys on YouTube right now you can look up. But the thing is, Andrew Tate is just like,
it's real.
It's
real.
That's like, the thing, living
like,
that life.
There'll be red pill, quote unquote, people on the internet like preaching stuff, but then they go home and just like sleep in their fucking mom's basement type shit.
You, the writer of Rational Male is a perfect example. He's married. Yeah. Like his wife, he's been married with her for like fucking years since college. Yeah. And you look at Andrew Tate, this guy is like a super fucking male. He's got, 10 women on his podcast every day. Like it's just,
that's
something about his energy.
Fresh and Fit. You're talking about that one.
So is it like a combined podcast, or is that
he just
his
goes
podcast?
on there a lot? Gotcha. It's Myron and Fresh Prince CEOs.
Gotcha. So, but like, I mean, even the women across like YouTube and like social media, they've been trying to get a podcast with him. Like the big like
bro, he's been on like everything.
Yeah, because it's like it's a different take on, the classic red pill, if you will, like you said. Yeah,
it's more like extreme. Plus, like he knows how to market. So like a lot of things he says is going to be either controversial or like, well, perceived as controversial. Yeah. Or like he knows it's going to like go up crazy on social media.
Let me ask you this. Do you think it's fake? And do you think it's a persona, or do you think this is legitimately the life he lives every single day?
No, I think he's definitely like himself. I think sometimes he's trolling.
Right.
But
when the cameras are on,
not even that. It's just like people don't understand that he's fucking with him. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Not like he doesn't completely believe it, but like exaggeration. Like you have to play into it if you want, like you wouldn't be as popular like half the shit you say. Right. But I mean, I feel like he's probably a genuine person.
Pretty genuine. Yeah. And then also like, I think it's kind of crazy that you see like how big he's sparked up.
Yeah. He's like bigger than, he said he was more searched than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump combined.
Yeah. I mean, crazy. And he's not right wing. He's not left wing. He's not even really American. Like he doesn't care about anything that happens in America. Like he says this before.
He says like America, basically what's happening is like going to destroy America. Right. I think.
And I definitely want to get into, we're going to get outside of America, of course, but like, do you think that's kind of, because I guess this is a stretch, but they say that Gen Z is doing a thing that's called like, what do you call it? Like lazy quitting in a way.
What is that?
So it's like, it's basically like, I forget the headline, but it's essentially where like, you're not working as hard for little like pay, I guess. Gen Z is like doing this thing where like, they're not working as hard. And this is like a thing, I guess, with like American society. Like, it's like people are starting to, I guess, give up on that American dream. And do you think that Andrew Tate is kind of like a forefront for that? Because you think of stuff like, you see Biden memes.
I wouldn't say he's a forefront for like giving up on the American dream. I think he like is almost the opposite. Is like, he's basically like, go and get yours. Like, be a fucking be a champ mentality. Like, so it's kind of the opposite. But I don't know. That's interesting that you said that, because I could see. I feel like they said that all the time though. Like with like older generation to younger generation, they're like, they don't work as hard, they don't do this as much, and it's probably true.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably true. We see it. Yeah, I mean, you go to Popeyes right now, you're gonna be in the line for at least 35 minutes. At least.
Bro, how crazy is that you can literally, like, if you're hungry and you're in your bed, you could travel like 3 miles and get a hot meal.
But
Like,
if you live, halfway across the world, you don't have that same luxury.
Isn't that crazy though?
Yes.
That like you could just be like, because think about it, like you said,
We're
in a
spoiled.
different country or like just back in the day.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't have a hot meal like that. Like what? That's crazy.
It's insanity, bro. And it's like, you ever see Star Wars where they put water on it and it's an instant meal, pops up, it's all hot and shit.
Bro,
like, we're gonna get there eventually.
You're doomed to fail if that's your lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're doomed to fail because like you're just too comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's. Do you think that's where we are now with society? You think everything's too convenient?
I feel like things can be convenient if people appreciate it. And like, I mean, you've seen kind of the idea on like the U.S. like, at least from the media perspective or what they decide to show, because you know how we say most people are in the middle. I mean, the loudest voice though are like on the extremes. Yeah. And when you're too comfortable, like those like people just look at those extremes. I don't know.
I would agree with that. That's a good like take on it, because for sure I feel like that's where we are with the society. Like a lot of people are in the middle right now, not necessarily wanting to get like, a Republican in office, or not necessarily backing Biden, but we're all like wanting to get that relief. Like, who's going to be the person that gets in there and just does a little bit of both?
I mean, we just seen
us,
we just seen Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate get raided. That's pretty crazy.
That's insane. So what happened with that whole thing?
So basically, I think the idea, what he's saying is, he had documents that at least at one point were probably top secret, and like they were classified, whatever.
And then he like sell them or something.
No,
like that?
he just so what he's saying, he had them, but he's saying like when he was in office, he declassified all the documents. Yeah. And presidents can have that stuff. Yeah. But they have to give it back or whatever. And apparently the FBI like knew about this, and there was one whistleblowers in the Trump camp, I guess. They had to have known like where the documents were, the fact that he had them, what the contents were. Yeah. And then some people, what the FBI is basically saying is they got him on a couple like charges.
They got Trump on charges?
Well, I think they're trying to.
So can he get reinstated? Or is it just
it depends. It depends on if the justice system says he's guilty on certain things, such as like if he destroyed any documents or if he had any like top secret documents. Yeah. And apparently you can get charged, like if they're not secure enough, you can get charged with that, because like you can't just have like document. So threats to national security is what they say.
I was gonna say, like, I heard that they were like codes to, like, potential codes to like nukes. Or
Nobody
like
knows
that.
what they are, bro.
No,
nobody knows what they are. Trump knows what they are. FBI knows what they are. Whistleblowers,
but no one else like confirms. Okay.
And because that's like insanity. When you get a warrant, you have to have like an affidavit, right? Which is like the note saying like why you got the warrant, what the warrant's for, right? Whatever. And that's like classified basically right now, right? Because it's an ongoing investigation,
and they can't like give that out or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the fact of it actually happening and being real and like it not being a big thing is kind of the surprising part to me. It's like you got this guy who wants to run again, and he's got all this shit on him, It's like we keep finding out more and more and more and more about like his involvement with everything.
And it's interesting because like, is he being targeted? Doesn't matter if someone's being targeted if they're breaking the law.
It's kind of like the government is honestly like shooting themselves in the foot, because they're exposing a guy who was part of the government, who was a celebrity figure. But what they're showing is that like a lot of the government is actually doing a lot of this shit, but except they're just not as big. Yeah. You know what I mean?
This has happened before, and usually the FBI just communicates with them. I don't know. It's interesting to see, like, because his lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. Okay. So basically he said the FBI knew about like the documents and everything. Yeah. And they came and put a padlock on them because to be more secure, right? And then they basically charged him with having this stuff. So it's like odd that this is from Rudy Giuliani's
So the FBI knew that he had him?
Yeah.
Originally?
That's what they said. That's what Rudy said. But I don't know. It could be false, could be fake. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this is still unfolding, but like it's just it's crazy, man. Like we live in a time where like so many American secrets feel like they're just getting out. Yeah. So much information from America is just like all over the internet, bro.
I mean, it's true, but there's a lot that's secret, bro. And I heard from a Homeland of Investigations, like guy that worked for them. He said most of the time why they classify documents, it's because of how they obtain the information. Like for example, like say they waterboarded a guy.
Oh shit.
Then they like got some information.
Are you serious?
They would keep it top secret. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Fucked up, bro.
They probably come on, bro. You think the U.S. isn't doing fucked up shit?
Well, for sure, but that's just like damn.
Because that would be top secret.
You always see movies about it. You always see like theories about it, but like it actually being true is like, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like the UFO thing.
And you can't like use classified documents in court or like classified information in court.
Yeah.
It's just you can know about it, but like you can't use it because it's top secret. It's crazy, bro.
It's insanity, bro. And honestly, I don't like that. I don't like that our government works like that and that we're not doing anything to like stop that kind of stuff.
It's a weird balance of power that is currently in our society with like the judicial, executive, and legislative branch. Because it kind of seems like they're all like they're not fucking with Trump, bro.
No.
They're not fucking with Trump.
No, but like who the fuck are they fucking with?
It doesn't matter. They don't really, I mean, it does matter. I won't say that, but like
they don't like Biden.
I don't think they like Biden, but they can control Biden.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean this dude's just up there smiling and shit.
It's very odd, bro.
And so did you see that though? Like the what is it? The Relief Act or whatever that he's trying to sign?
Yeah. The gas, bro. Look at gas right now. What is it, like $3?
Yeah, he's like trying to. It's like a recession relief act or something like that.
I don't know, bro. Who knows if it's gonna be more stimmies? I don't know, dude. I think the government needs to stop giving away money because,
yes. Like, what the fuck?
Like, bro, we're just digging ourselves deeper and deeper.
Yes, bro. That's why it's like just let us bounce back. It seems like the government's trying so hard to like force us to bounce back. People are taking their money and investing it back into like fucking what is it like Ethereum and NFTs and shit. And then
so Patrick David, like he runs Valuetainment on YouTube, and he has a really good just company and gives a lot of information. He's basically saying, I think it was fear versus greed is what kind of drives the market.
Yeah.
And he said people right now are still greedy. Like,
yes,
they're not really in fear. And you can see that in like the housing market. You can see it in like,
yes, man.
He gave example of like a baseball card, like depending on how much that would sell for would determine like what the market is, you know?
Yeah.
And if people are willing to buy for like $5 million, then it's like,
that's what it is.
There's more greed. And like with crypto, there's more greed,
yes,
you know, than fearing like, oh, crypto might crash.
Yeah, man. Even with that's what happened with the sneaker market. That market crashed because of all the stimmies.
Did it really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, the whole market, because
speak on that about.
Yeah. I mean, so essentially just like with the Ethereum and all that kind of stuff, you know, when you buy and sell so much stuff, you basically, like you said, you basically set the price of what that's worth. So what happened was whenever like 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, like whenever people started getting a lot of stimulus checks and like more money, they bought shoes. So like the very rare shoes, like the Jordan 4 Lightnings, like the Chicago Ones, like the Off-Whites, like all these big shoes essentially like shot up in value.
Yeah.
But what happened was it crashed the market. So like a lot of people now, like a lot of those same shoes are not worth shit because so many people have them.
Yeah.
Because of the money they got.
What do you think about that?
It just is what it is. Honestly, I mean, like it'll like balance itself back out. But I mean, that's kind of like where everything is now. You know, people have shot the prices up on a lot of shit. Like now people have the money to buy it. It's like they're either selling it for a super high price or they're buying it for a super high price.
That is nuts.
And that is what it is. And if you can't afford it, like you're fucked.
I don't know. And then you look at the China and Taiwan situation.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy because like
insane.
I mean,
it's in our backyard now. Well, the China thing, that's really in our backyard. We're going to be seeing them soon.
I mean, Nancy Pelosi went over to Taiwan.
Yeah.
On a visit. And then, I mean, China basically said if she did that, there's going to be like military response. And they were doing drills and everything. I don't know if they're still doing drills. I think they stopped the military drills, but like the U.S. was getting ready, bro. And like
you said Taiwan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Taiwan was having like, think of like a fire drill. They were having like radiation drills.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, yeah. Like, so you've been following this whole thing for a while.
Yeah.
So this originated with China basically like doing test launches over Taiwan, right?
I think it originated
into Japanese waters.
I think it originated when like Taiwan wanted to be a republic.
Oh.
And so it's like
deep.
Yeah, it's deep.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. I mean, honestly, because I noticed that they were trying to kind of separate from that world.
Yeah, China says Taiwan's theirs. Taiwan says they're independent.
Yeah. And there's already been a establishing beef with China and Japan already too, still, right?
I don't know.
Because of the whole situation?
I'm sure there's beef there, like, historically.
Yeah, because, I mean, they've been testing missiles for, like, over 2 years now.
Remember? Yeah, apparently this happened, like, a long time ago.
Yeah.
When, I guess, some other delegation went to Taiwan, and then China did military drills.
Yeah.
And then, like, nothing came of it. So this is interesting. At first, I thought, like, oh, it's time, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. I mean, it might still be, you know?
I mean, they've been gearing up for a while. Like you said, they've been really, really pushing to like further their advancements in like military, and just like honestly their way of the world.
The difference between now and back then is China has way better technology.
Yeah,
and bro, it's
I mean the shit they're doing with their people too. Remember, like the whole entire like internet thing and all that. Like they're just really laying down the fucking law.
Very communist like type of fucking
environment.
Yeah, that, and then I mean, you see them versus Beijing versus like Hong Kong and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you see the Uyghur like massacre. They do a lot of fucked up shit, bro.
So what, I mean, honestly, do you think the COVID thing kind of put them on the map again? Or do you think that's
definitely?
Like, yeah.
I don't think do I think COVID-19 put China on the map, bro?
Yes,
bro. They gave us COVID. What do you mean?
Because like, if you think about it, like really think about it.
Yeah.
We really didn't really mess with them like that because I mean America's main like focus was like the Middle East,
when
you know, kind of our relationships with Russia, all that kind of stuff.
The Olympics was going to China
in Beijing. That was recent though. That's 2020, I think.
Yeah, but it was already planned.
Well, yeah, but remember they did Tokyo and then they did China.
So it was like, I mean, U.S.-China tensions are always like, you know, like what if they ask for our debt back?
Oh, you're talking about the boycott thing?
Just everything.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Because I think they boycotted I think it was the Japan Olympics, the Tokyo Olympics. I'm pretty sure that China like boycotted it, right?
Oh no, I'm saying like the U.S. and China, like their relations.
Oh, just in general.
I've always been like
shaky.
Yeah. It's always been
I
shaky,
agree.
trying to be number one, basically.
Yeah.
And I mean, at one point that's gotta give.
Point. Yeah. Who do you think wins that war?
Or do you think the U.S.? What do you mean?
Or do you think anyone wins?
If I was in China, I would say China. If I was in the U.S., I would say the U.S.
I mean, I think their numbers were like it's like 3-1 or something like that for every American troop.
I have no idea, bro.
It was something around
the nukes and like who knows after that.
I think they're saying like the manpower alone, like I think they outnumber us like 2-1 or 3-1 for every American soldier we have.
Yeah,
something like that. But that's just.
I mean,
insane.
they got 1 billion people, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? How many people we have? Like 300. There's almost. I think it's something that's like there's only almost 8 billion people on Earth.
Yeah. And
that's kind of nuts.
China's like a fucking
big ass fraction. Probably an
quarter of a That's insane, man.
Yeah,
that's not good. That's really not good.
But how much of it comes down to people versus technology and resource?
Yeah, I mean, we still have the greatest like air fleet in the world.
Bro,
we still have the greatest navy. No, this is confirmed.
Everybody has a game plan until you get punched in the face.
This is facts.
You know what I mean?
Like, there's not too many nations that can fuck with America, bro.
No, I feel it.
Like toe to toe.
I feel you on that, but who knows who wins a war? I would hope the U.S. because like, hey, shit, I'm not trying to die.
I would say U.S. as if we're talking now. I would say U.S. hands down, and that's only because like we legitimately have like a beacon around the entire world. We know what's going on at all times.
Yeah, but so does China, bro. Look at TikTok.
Man, their satellites are falling from the sky.
They're
that bad.
They're in like probably more than half the Americans' phones, bro.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, they're for sure some good hackers.
They know what makes you tick. For real.
And talk. What the fuck you mean?
Oh man.
Oh, no. Drew, we didn't even start this podcast. Hey, we want to say R.I.P. and like shout out and like just like fantastic career of Teddy.
Oh man, my boy.
Bro, I saw
Teddy Ray, bro.
Yes, Teddy Ray. Is that his last name? Teddy Ray.
Yeah.
Oh my
Teddy
God.
Ray, what a legend, bro.
That shit actually hurt my heart.
Yeah.
I was on Twitter. I was like, nah. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
They came out today or yesterday.
I mean,
and they confirmed what his death was. The cause of death. Yeah, he drowned.
They said he was in a pool. I don't know if they said he drowned.
They said he drowned.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Damn.
That was his cause of death, apparently.
I shouldn't have gotten in the pool, bro. He's like, bro.
He's a big guy. Yeah, I mean, it's.
Oh, man.
And I think he even made a joke like he can't swim.
I think he did.
I'm pretty sure he made a joke that he was like, he can't swim. So that's what makes it fucked up. But like.
How do you. Come on, bro.
Shout out Teddy.
Shout out to Teddy. What a great comedian.
He was probably he would have been one of the greatest comedians. Me and you both.
I mean, in sketch comedy
from YouTube for sure.
In sketch comedy,
oh yeah,
like legendary. I feel like just because like that whole All Def Digital is like pretty
good,
pretty fucking solid.
I used to watch his stand up too. I mean, even his stand up was good, like his delivery and like kind of his because stand up.
And he was growing in the space,
right?
Because like at first he did a lot of YouTube sketches,
right?
They're hilarious, bro. He gave us Double Cheeked Up on a Tuesday afternoon. Like,
he gave us a few. I mean, that's just one of
the
greatest.
Yeah, that one, bro. He's G, bro.
Straight G. Honestly, like just R.I.P. It was so sudden too. I think he was like only in his 30s.
Yeah.
So
was a great roaster too.
Yeah, great roaster.
They did. They have a whole roast me live on All Def Digital, and he
9 seasons, right?
He would murk people on there, bro.
Yeah.
But same, he would catch it a lot.
Yeah.
But like he definitely was like fat. Like he definitely was fat, bro.
He was a big guy for sure.
He was fat for sure, like too fat, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like that's why when I heard that he died, I'm like, oh, it kind of makes like sense.
Yeah.
But to hear him drown, that kind of sucks, bro.
Yeah, that's
like, what do you do? Was he alone or?
I don't know. I just saw it was a post. It was like confirmed or like cause of death is like drowning or something.
In a pool?
I don't know.
In a pool, like of all places.
That would suck,
crazy,
dude. Like,
bro. Imagine
drowning.
just like you just walk to the pool, and then you're like, oh shit. I wonder if it was alone or not. It's crazy, bro.
Life's precious, bro.
That.
We me and Drew got a guy that we went to high school with that passed in the waters. I think he was in the ocean though. I think he was in the ocean.
River.
That was a river?
Yeah, river, and there's like current.
There's
a current and a river, but like a pool.
Life's like really, really like weird like that though.
Right.
Like
anybody could go at any time.
Seriously, like I was thinking about that, like driving on the highway. Like I'm driving no, for real, bro. I'm driving real close to the wall.
Yeah.
I'm going like 80 miles per hour and I'm just going in a straight line. I'm like, this shit is not safe.
Right.
Like, could you imagine?
Sometimes when I'm driving like that, I feel like I'm in a video game.
Bro, it's just.
Do you ever feel that way?
Yes.
And it's like, bro, that's
a dangerous feeling, though. That's a dangerous feeling, bro.
It's real, bro.
Guy ran red light going straight through, and we live in St. Louis. Like, that just happened all the time. This was like,
yeah.
And I'm like, bro, all it takes is
gotta wait.
one. Yes. Yeah. Yes, bro. It's dangerous, bro. Like, life is very, 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 very short and very, like, you can have it and then you can't.
Yep.
Like, what's stopping you from falling down, like, these stairs out here and just being like, oh, shit, I bust my head. Deuces.
Yeah.
So, honestly, it just, like you said, it woke me up a little bit, too. It was like, damn. All right. R.I.P. Teddy. Like, shit.
Yeah, dude.
So.
It's young.
And Robert De Niro, I think, too, died.
No.
Didn't he?
No, he didn't.
I'm pretty sure.
Come on, bro.
Not Robert De Niro. What's the other guy's name? Drew, look that shit up real quick, bro. I'm sorry.
Robert De Niro,
it might be Robert De Niro. I forget his name. It's the dude from Goodfellas. Or Godfather. What's his name? I forget the guy's name.
Huh?
I forget the guy's name.
I don't know, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, he's a big actor, but all right, we can change. We can change the topics. My bad.
Oh fuck!
Shout out our dude Teddy.
Yeah,
I had to, bro, because Teddy's the guy, bro. It's just it's very unfortunate.
Do we talk about the cartel stuff?
Not yet. We talked about China, but not cartel. That's why I thought you said Tijuana.
Tijuana?
Yeah, but you were talking about Taiwan.
No.
I was like, oh shit.
No, yeah, we can talk about. So the cartel news, basically, there's been some arrests with like cartel bosses. I saw about a month ago, they arrested the guy who, I guess he orchestrated the kill of a DEA agent. Have you ever seen Narcos Mexico?
Never, but we've brought it up before in the past.
You should watch it because, like, first of all, it's a very good show, and then second, it like gives you the almost pretty much. Obviously, there's dramatization, but it gives you what happened in Mexico with the whole like trafficking and the rise of the cartels.
Which isn't good. I mean, that shit's been going on for a while, and it's starting to get worse.
I mean,
way worse.
Yeah, it's always been pretty bad, especially like when cocaine was introduced. Because, anyways, so in Narcos, they showed the killing of like Kiki Camarena. That's the DEA agent that got killed.
Okay.
And then, obviously, when a U.S. like government worker, like a DEA agent, gets killed, that's a big deal.
Because it's DEA, are they over FBI?
No, it's all just different departments.
Gotcha.
They work together sometimes they don't.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, it's like drug enforcement agency or something?
Something like that.
I don't know. But anyways, so they just arrested the guy that like they said it was like his fault basically why Kiki was killed. He's like one of the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
And something you see in Narcos, whenever like a cartel boss gets arrested, like power is basically separated. It's like people trying to be number one. And that's what we see right now, basically.
So is it people, when you say people, is it different groups of cartel?
Yeah, different like cartels trying to be number one cartel. That's basically what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You have like, especially at the border, because if you think about it, Tijuana is like a good place in their eyes of like, it's a good route to get a bunch of drugs into the U.S. because it's like the border.
Hell yeah. San Diego right there, all that kind of stuff. California right there, yeah.
Yep.
It's insane.
It's easier than just like flying things in. If you like stuff a bunch of like cocaine and avocados or something, an avocado truck, then it's like, that's way easier to do than like flying a plane into the U.S. and like unloading a bunch of cocaine.
Yeah. And I was even going to say like,
way more discreet.
A lot of people don't realize how much of American like gang, like I guess culture, is a part of the cartel as well. Like a lot of cartel work really close to a lot of American gangs. Like there's this article that came out 2019, 2020, where they showed that a guy from St. Louis had basically killed like it was like 9 people in a span of like a couple months. And essentially, you know, he'd be in a different whip, he'd be in a different set of clothes every time he killed somebody. And they found out that he was actually he was linked to the cartel.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are, even if they know it or they don't know it.
Yeah.
Well, also I heard this, like, I watched this documentary on one of the cartels. I think it was Cartel in Sinaloa. It was basically this girl. She was like, you never know, like, say you're buying drugs just to, like, use them or whatever. You don't think about, like, all the people that have died so you could get that.
Or just touched it.
Yeah.
I forget what. Yeah. I forget. So there was another thing we read about or like saw about where like they're talking about like weed and shit. Like how many people that's touched or seen. Because, you know, that shit comes in like a Ziploc bag from somebody.
Yeah.
And then that goes to somebody else. They separate it out. That goes to somebody else. They separate it out. So like, it's just wild to think that, bro. Because like there could be whatever they want to put in that bitch.
That's true.
And that makes you really start to think and stop like getting shit from other people that you don't trust.
That's one thing about like legalizing like marijuana, like federally even, where it's like, I don't know if that would feed the cartel, or if it would like just make it safer for people. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's an interesting thing because like, say people just wanted like, oh, there's like, yeah, bro, I just want some coke. Like, bro, people been probably shot in the head, fucking like how do you stop the war on drugs? Murdered. The war on drugs?
Yeah, because like you said,
I mean, you just stop the war on drugs.
Well, I was gonna say you have a dispensary though. It can give you grade A, you know, flour that's not been touched by a lot of people. It's in house. It's fresh. It's you know, it's very very fresh. It's straight from the manufacturer to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay a lot more, but you're not buying from somebody who's named Randy, who's you know got the shit from from wherever. So wouldn't that in fact like detour the cartel's money? Like wouldn't that take away from their business?
Like, one, they sell other things than just weed.
True, they sell weapons.
I mean, weapons, fentanyl, cocaine, meth, and shit. So there's that, and also like it's so much more expensive to buy from the dispensary, and if it's not legal in your state, then it's like
that too.
That's one thing I think should happen. But that's just my personal like view on it.
Because I was just gonna ask you in general because like They talked about sending in 2,000 troops. They talked about sending in 3,000 troops.
So yeah, we'll get into that. So basically, there was like fighting.
Like, how do you stop?
A bunch of businesses got burned in Tijuana. They were telling U.S. citizens to shelter in place.
Yeah, over 20 businesses burned to the ground.
Yep, and this has happened before. Like I watched in the documentary, this basically happened, and it's like created like a ghost town, at least for a little minute,
right?
Because like there's just fighting, and once like it's almost more peaceful when there's like either one cartel in charge, or like they're working together, you know?
Yeah.
And now we're just gonna see an uptick in violence, and like when it's so close to the U.S., it's a problem for the U.S. They don't really care if like it's far away or if like there's not much violence, because it's like, okay, just give us some arrests.
Yeah, like I mentioned Mexico City. That's like where a lot of crime happens too, but it's like a little bit more low key because it's not as...
It's everywhere. And
right.
Especially like Sinaloa, like there's a lot of mountainous regions where the government or like just prying eyes can't see.
Right.
Because there's like forests as well.
Right.
But anyways, so there was the leader of the Coast Guard. I think it was the Coast Guard it was either a National Guard or Coast Guard in in Texas. She got fired. She got let go or whatever. I don't think she got fired, but they basically like, all right, your term's up. Which 2 years is like very quick for that position, because I think the previous person was in there for like 5 to 7.
Okay.
And usually when that happens, you have to like think like, why is this ending so early?
Right.
You know, because I'm sure like,
so she's like the main Coast Guard for like that border.
She was in charge. She was just in charge of it.
Okay.
That's weird. I think there's always going to be a level of corruption or a level of looking at the other way, because you can't stop everything.
No.
But I think when there's too much of it, they're like what's going on? Like, we got to do more of this to at least make it look good. You know?
And I agree, because it's kind of like you're in a store or like a retail store. You see a big ass line, you know, and it's just hectic. You got 2 registers open. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, that's kind of the feeling you have, because it's like, there's nobody in charge here. There's no one leading the show. And I think the whole thing with this, you know, build the wall. Like, what do you think about that when it comes to this kind of shit? Do you think that's more tangible, or do you think that's just not going to happen? Because they keep talking about it.
I don't think it's going to happen, because like Jay-Z even said, we're digging you can't even see that we're digging tunnels up under you. You know, there's like tunnels into the U.S. There's so much space.
Yeah.
You can literally...
It's impossible.
You can like... They fly. They like sneak it in like different ways. So like even if there is a wall, like they're still sneaking drugs in.
Yeah.
It's about like the migrant population more they're talking about.
But if you're Mexico, how do you stop that shit?
Mexico's not really trying to stop it, because like I think at one point the government was basically like,
it seems like they're putting it on Americans.
The government was basically like exploiting the cartels, but now the cartels got so rich and powerful that like they're basically exploiting the government.
Right.
So like a lot of cops are paid off.
Yeah.
A lot of people are kidnapped and shit, and like it gets crazy, bro.
So when you look at how like Mexico, they keep looking to Americans. They keep looking to America like, hey, can you guys help us? Like, what do we do in this situation? And now, like you said, it's like, it almost seems as though like the cartel has a gun to the government's head, and they're like, tell them what we need.
You don't think they have a
tell them what we want?
You don't think they have a role in like choosing the president?
Oh yeah.
If you watch Narcos, like that's what you see.
Well, I mean, what we're learning with the Trump shit too is like, a lot of countries have involvement with who we choose for our president.
I think the former president of Mexico, they arrested in the U.S. for like a bunch of crimes, and then Mexico, I guess probably the cartels or whoever, like talked to the U.S. and then we basically released him, and then Mexico exonerated him.
Wow.
So it's crazy, like shit like that. Like,
it's just, how do you stop it? I mean, everyone wants to give their 2 cents about like how to stop it. Oh, it's a wall. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. But like at the end of the day, like you said, it's so much going on at once.
I think how you stop it is there's like change in leadership, and like someone has got to be powerful enough in Mexico to basically stop it. But I don't think it would ever happen.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think it's on Americans? Do you think it's on America to fix this?
I mean, I don't know.
Like, should we step in? Should we?
What are we gonna do?
I mean,
that's not our country. Like,
it's gonna be on our country soon.
I'm saying that's not our country.
Well, yeah.
So like, you can't just control someone else's country.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. It's like they're almost like, please help.
They're not though. That's the thing. They're not.
Man.
If they were, then we would step in and do something.
2,000 troops, 2,000 mobilized troops isn't enough.
2,000 cops. That's cops.
So that's just cops?
Mm-hmm.
There's not troops? That's not National Guard?
That's cops.
But
they do have a militarized police force.
Well, yeah, but that's just, I don't feel like that's
so it's basically like military/police. I don't know. We're just going to see an uptick in violence for sure in the cartel. But I
was going to say, and it's almost like it sucks because it's like America's starting to fight a war on two fronts. You know, we're fighting this war, south of the border, but then we also have this shit with China, you know, and the shit with Russia that is kind of like, it's starting to heat up. Ukraine, it's starting to heat up.
I don't know.
It's starting to heat up, man.
We'll see. I don't know if we'll ever get to war in our lifetime, or maybe we will.
Yeah, but I think we will.
I feel like war now has definitely bigger implications, and like the consequences are greater for sure.
It's just it's gonna be more permanent.
It's risky. You got anything you want to say? Any comments?
Not really. I was gonna talk to you about AB, but honestly, like, it's just, that's a waiting game to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. Also, Pete Davidson and that Kim Kardashian thing, that breakup. Mm-hmm. So I think we're definitely gonna get a good album. We're definitely gonna get a good album. And that dude's a clown, bro. He put her fucking kids on his neck.
Did you see? Bro, something's wrong with Pete.
He's
bro.
A clown, bro. Like, why would you do that?
I think something's wrong, bro.
I wouldn't do that with my own kids. The fuck? I'm definitely not gonna do it for Kanye's kids.
Oh my god,
that's fucking sad.
Do you see? Kanye put R.I.P. Skeet Davidson.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about that, bro?
I think that's so funny because like we all knew it was coming. It's Kim Kardashian.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna use you up, and then she's got to spit you out like a fucking piece of watermelon. So,
but like, is that a bad thing?
No, I mean every guy just kind of enjoys it at this point.
The only thing is like, I guess like the fame and the constant attention, like paparazzi and attention would be like terrible, bro.
Oh yeah, but it's part of the gig. I mean, most of these people are rich already, so they don't give a shit. I mean, like you look at the fucking Tristan Thompson thing with.
But I think it's another level because like, I think for years we didn't hear like Kanye constantly. Like we heard like Kanye dropping shoes, but was he already with Kim? Because that was like 2010.
Oh, yeah. He was already with her. He got with her. Like they got married officially, and like they were on their second kid. I think in 2016. Bro.
I think it was before that.
Yeah, like 2013 maybe.
I think they met in like 2010, 2011.
Yeah, they had a history.
Like, before that, you didn't really hear like Kanye this, Kanye that.
No. He's definitely been running the fucking game, sneakers, music, everything. That's why I said I think we're going to get another new track. Mm-hmm. He might have AB on there.
Yeah.
But it's going to be...
So what was that AB track and that AB dance you said?
I put that shit on. Bro, that shit's a banger.
It's a banger?
Oh, yeah. He's like, put that shit on. Said, do your dance, AB. Do your dance.
That's funny, bro.
But no, he performed at like, I think it was SummerSlam. One of those fucking concerts.
I saw like part of the performance, yeah.
Yeah, with the orange.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, he's making a comeback for sure. I mean, he's making racks,
bro. That's crazy that like an athlete translating to a rapper.
He walked off the field, bro. Like that was one of the most like talked about things for a long time. Like
yeah,
and he's still making racks.
He's
making more racks. He's doing now what he's doing now,
of course,
than he was playing football. So like, why wouldn't you? Like he's like, fuck that shit.
Yeah. They keep calling him CTE in the comments.
And he's got a ring. Fuck everybody, bro. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And he's going to make Hall of Fame.
What do you think about that?
You seen his numbers? I mean, shit.
Yeah, AB is a monster.
I fucking hate AB, but like...
Do you?
I do. I don't like AB because he's crazy. He's nuts, bro. And he ruined the game of football for me.
How'd he ruin it for you?
Like, as a fan of the NFL,
yeah,
him... Like, honestly, I love Colin Kaepernick, but like Colin Kaepernick did like kind of ruin that shit too.
Yeah.
And that's only because like... I hate to say this. No, I'm not trying to even be like that. But like, I hate to say it, but like, they brought negative, like I guess, light to it. It was a light for Colin Kaepernick that had to be brought, but I feel like with AB, it did not have to be brought to like, because it just shows what a lot of these like rich white owners think, anyways. Like, oh, these motherfuckers all got CTE. They just want more money. Yeah. They're fucking, they're gonna play for me, and then I'm just gonna throw them to the wayside and shit like that.
We always knew that.
We know that's facts. Like that. We know that's facts. But the thing is, like now it's really there.
It used to be a mutual loyalty between teams.
Yeah,
but like obviously now there's no loyalty in sports. So
at the end of the day, Drew, I'm like an American, bro. Like NFL for me is like I cherish that more than I cherish any other sport.
Yeah.
And that's because like that is America, bro. The NFL is America. And so when AB did that bullshit where like he quit like 2 or 3 times and he's like, you know what I mean? Like it's showing like
they
how
played
much
him, didn't they?
Well, they played him, but then he played the organizations too. Like
that's what you get, bro.
I don't like that, bro.
If you can't dish
I don't like it,
you know?
Because it's like the NFL stars basically try to do what the NBA stars are trying to do.
Yeah,
but it's working for the NBA stars because it's only. I mean, the NBA is you're basically your own person. You're
your
own team.
You see their face. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
because like in the NFL, you don't see their face, bro.
No,
they're just a uniform.
Exactly. And so that's what I'm saying. I feel like I get it.
Yeah,
like I get where he's coming from. He's not making enough money. He's not doing all this stuff, and you know. But like he didn't have to show that side of it because now it just basically shows, you know, it puts us in a bad light.
I mean, he's basically like the Kanye of the NFL.
You saw the Richard Sherman video where he's banging on his ex-girlfriend's door?
No.
He got canceled.
Richard Sherman did?
Yes. That's a champion, man. Like Hall of Famer. Like, and now he's fucked.
Was this girl cheating or something?
No. He had some stuff with his kid that she wouldn't let him see him.
Ah, damn.
But my thing is like that's what I'm talking about though. Like I hate when they do that to NFL players. My running back for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They did that to him, Le'Veon Bell. Like it sucks, bro. But like it is what it is.
NFL players are always wilding though.
They just make us like clowns.
Nah,
they make the organization like clowns.
NFL players always wilding, bro. See Deshaun Watson?
Hey.
Yeah, what's going on with you?
But I don't like that shit, bro. Why are they always doing this to black people? They're doing it to themselves.
Yeah, I think it's themselves.
They're doing it to themselves, but at the same time, it's like,
what's going on? What's going on with Deshaun Watson, bro?
He's done, bro.
What happened with him, bro?
He's been losing his preseason games too. He's fucked.
Did you see what happened?
Yeah.
Like, do you know the situation? Or
yeah. No. So essentially, this is what happened. They said over 20 women came out and spoke out against it.
20?
Essentially, he would get these massages. So he would go and get it. They had like a masseuse, like a team masseuse, right? So he'd go and get these massages, but the ladies that came out and talked to him said that he loves to switch his masseuse around. Like he likes to get new flavors, different and new, and you know
that's fair,
right?
I ain't mad at that,
right? And so
switch up the flavor sometimes. You know you can't always be drinking.
Apparently he would get like. He would ask for special requests. Like he'd be like, "Oh, can you go a little bit lower?" You know, stuff like that. You know,
special requests.
Yeah, he would give him like special requests, and they'd say that he'd do like 3 a day,
3 massages a day,
maybe more. They would say he'd do even more. Like he would do massage.
He just likes massages. He's an NFL player. You know, you got to get your body right.
But during those sessions, he was doing a little something else,
and
that's what. Then I mean, shit, that's up to the court to decide, but. They already said he wasn't like. I think that he came out and said that he wasn't. No, it's actually still ongoing. I think it's still ongoing.
He's getting a happy ending.
Is this shit ongoing still?
I think so.
I think it's ongoing still. But like they said, over 20 women essentially just came out and said that he tried doing a little freaky deaky during his massage sessions.
Did they partake? You know,
I don't know. I didn't see that part, but that's what essentially what happened. And so, you know, at the preseason games, they're like chanting, like weirdo, creep, you know, all kinds of stuff to him. Yeah, I mean, he said
a good shit.
I don't know exactly what they were saying, but something along those lines.
Yeah.
And he's been losing. He's only lost his last 2 preseason games. So.
Do you think we just need a black quarterback that like
does right? Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, but they still consider him white.
Doesn't get injured and doesn't fuck up.
Patrick Mahomes, but they still consider him white. Patrick Mahomes is literally
a whole wife.
Tom Brady.
But you know who fucks up for Patrick Mahomes?
Who?
His brother, bro.
Oh yeah.
His brother fucked
cringe and his wife.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, she's bad for the business.
Exactly. I don't know. We just need like someone we could look to, like
Tom Brady.
You know what I mean? We need a black Tom Brady.
I mean, look what happened to Cam Newton. We thought he was black Tom Brady, and then
and they come after you, bro.
Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, RG3.
Russell Wilson's the last hope, bro. He's full black.
Shout out to Russell Wilson.
I was gonna say that's my guy. He's in Denver. Did you see that? He's in Denver this year, bro.
Shout out to him though.
Yeah, for sure. I would love to see him in person. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We are the Kickback Lounge podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to our Spotify. And yeah, that's all that we have today for you. Drew, you got anything to add?
That's it. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace.